Just here to testify in support of H117. Facial recognition is an emerging technology that could have vast consequences for our society, but there are very few laws guiding it. And of course, there are a number of mundane uses of this technology, such as sorting through photos on your phone. But companies can also use facial recognition data to track our movements and effectively end our privacy as we know it. Massachusetts has already begun to consider regulating government use of facial recognition. And that's a good start, but what actually scares me more is the implications of unfettered use of our face by private companies. And as facial recognition technology improves, coupled with even greater saturation of cameras, private companies will have the ability to track our movements without our permission or knowledge and sell our facial data to other companies. And we're not far from a world where you can walk into a store and store cameras match your face with an online profile with data about your buying power, your likely preferences, or where your face is tracked across public places and that data is sold to market to you. And if that's not really a problem, or you don't see that as a problem, what if a store or private entity use your facial recognition data to match your face to an online profile that projects your likelihood of theft, or uses tracking data to deny you insurance or a loan or some other form of business? Or your facial recognition data could be used to predict your mood to your employers. This is already being employed in Japan. And so we should all have a right to privacy, but companies have already compiled databases with billions of pictures of our faces so that we can immediately be tracked and matched. And so this new world requires new regulation, and this bill just aims to prevent the nefarious use of our face by private companies. So similar to laws that require a lawyer or financial advisor to act in their client's best interest, this bill just places a fiduciary duty upon private entities' use of our facial recognition data, which means that these companies are not allowed to use the data without informed consent, which I know is tricky, but more importantly, it makes it so that they can't take action that conflicts with the person's data, whose data is being used best interest, or use the data in a way that the person does not consent to, or engage in practices that can mislead, cause injury to, or take advantage of that person whose facial data they're using. It also bans companies from selling or profiting off of your image, and from discriminating against users. So putting this fiduciary responsibility on private companies will ensure that our most deeply personal possession, our face, will remain our own and is only used in our best interest. So thank you, Chair Day and honorable committee members, and thanks for your consideration.